As the war rages against the minions of hell, strange visions torment the faithful across the globe. Men and women touched by heaven are granted visions, and revelations are made by the messengers of God. Sisters of the holy orders are marked by stigmata and take up sword and cross as instructed by the angels. Those who have transgressed seek to atone for their sins by taking as many followers of the devil with them to the afterlife. So they come, the mad and the maimed, the God-touched and the guilt-ridden, all gathering around prophets and prophetesses, forming trench pilgrim processions. Disorganized groups which arm themselves and follow the prophets of the Lord unto the front lines. They fight with unrivaled zeal, throwing themselves against the heretics and arming themselves with anything they can get their hands on, from the oldest muskets to scourges and Molotov cocktails. Pilgrims are not officially sanctioned by the Holy See, but the Church still blesses the crusades of the faithful. Thus the pilgrim processions are a common sight on the battlefields, often charging across no man's land in suicidal assaults against the heretics, directed by the visions of the prophets and prophetesses who lead them, and urged on by the whip of castigators who are charged with instilling the fear of God in their troops. The bulk of the pilgrims are men and women with little military training, but when they don the 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀 of a trench pilgrim, they can face even a demon from the deepest bulges of hell unflinchingly. Nor is death necessarily an end to their mission. Sometimes the seventh Metachrist will deem a fallen pilgrim worthy and bring them back as martyr penitents, warriors halfway between heaven and earth, able to fight once more and feel no pain from bullet or bayonet thrust. Rarer and more dangerous are the stigmatic nuns, holy sisters who manifest wounds to match those of the third Metachrist, whom the nuns venerate. They excel in close quarters combat, for each bleeding wound that they suffer makes them stronger, not weaker, as their devotion to suffering as their Lord once did gives them strength and endurance not found on mere common mortals. Armed with swords and pistols, they cross no man's land, heedless of any danger, praying to sustain wounds for the Redeemer, which in turn will transform them into the very vengeance of the Lord. In front of the trench pilgrims are driven the ecclesiastic prisoners, either captured enemies of the true faith, forced to make a final act of contrition, or volunteer sinners seeking redemption. Each is strapped with high explosives which are detonated once they reach the enemy lines. They dash across the killing grounds, hoping to either miraculously survive the blast and escape, or take as many followers of Lucifer with them as they can, depending on their convictions. The most puissant of pilgrim processions will be accompanied by a shrine anchorite, a metal behemoth some 12 feet tall, a living altar of war, almost completely immune to any damage. The interior of the anchorite is covered in spikes and barbed hooks, so that the monk who controls this colossus is in constant state of torment, rejoicing in the pain, so they can suffer as their Lord once did. In combat, they wield adamantine Catherine wheels of massive proportions, which they use to crush the sinners and heretics into a pulp, and then string them upon the wheel as a warning to others. There is a bewildering number and variety of trench pilgrim processions. The penitents of pious revenge swear in the name of St. Olga and use flamethrowers, burning grenades and incendiary ammunition to assail the heretics. The pilgrims of the Iron Path follow St. Rita of Cascia and go to battle with hammers, mauls, maces and cudgels, and hammer nails into their heads. In the memory of the saints they venerate, Theban Legion of Rome carry the heads of the heretics upon their standard in the memory of their patron, Saint Maurice. They fight with swords and other blades, competing with each other for the number of heretic heads they amass. Trench pilgrims of the procession of the Sacred Affliction are known for their zeal for close quarters combat, their armor decorated with icons and shields adorned with the depictions of the saints, which despite appearances can withstand machine gun bullets. and the millstones they carry in order to tie them around the necks of sinners before they suffocate them in the mud and blood of no man's land. Greetings, one and all. If you enjoyed that, you can support me on my Patreon, Discord, Redbubble, or with a channel membership, or simply like, comment and subscribe to catch any future DQVO videos. And as always, my thanks for watching.